o'clock in the playroom. Why don't you tell us what's going on? Vic.
And coming up at 4 o'clock is Alan Pratt. Alan, are you here with us yet? I think somebody has to get Alan back over.
I am so here.
Oh, here he is. Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
So let me tell you about Alan Pratt, the Activator. Alan Pratt sings and speaks in many celestial languages, taking participants deep into a shamanic trance state where we connect with our spirit guides, release trauma, and activate our higher abilities. Alan's healing credits include full recoveries from throat and tongue cancer, kidney cancer, breast cancer, brain injuries, spinal injuries, chronic lung disease, Bell's palsy, shingles, thyroid condition, chronic fatigue syndrome, hip and leg mobility surgery infection, tongue ring infection, chronic foot pain and gout, and measurable improvements with clients suffering a range of diseases, including paralysis, trigeminal neuralgia, ALS, arthritis, diabetes, hearing loss, eczema, urinary tract pain, abdominal cramps, and addictions. He tours the U.S. producing healing events and works with clients from around the world. Alan's going to be in room number 10 after this presentation, and he'll be at the fun room at 7 o'clock tonight. Please welcome Alan Watts. Alan, how are you?
Alan Pratt.
Alan Pratt.
I'm sorry.
Pratt.
Alan Watts. That's quite a compliment, Victor.
I think
Alan Watts would be great, but I'm Alan Pratt. Thank you,
I think
Victor.
you need to work
All
on my
right.
brain for me, Alan.
Glad to. Okay, everybody,
Everybody, lock yourself in. Get ready for this ride, okay?
Thank you, Sheri.
Seriously, enjoy the next 25 minutes with this man.
Thank you, Sheri. Thank you, Victor. All right. Okay, everybody see me? All right, now, I'm going to talk about 5 practices very briefly that are very powerful for being a healthy, happy human being, and for being a light worker, and for activating your higher abilities, whatever they are, across all domains. Number 1, move. We as a culture have become sedentary. We have our faces locked into screens. We are too materialistic, and we are not athletic and physically active enough. So we need to dance and move and walk and play and be silly and be athletic way more than we are. And the one practice that I'm going to share with you today is my modality that I'm receiving directly, called Iyo Ui Zui. Now, there is a movement aspect to this that is a cross between yoga, dance, channeling spirit, moving energy, making mudras, feeling emotions, breathing, and playing. And so I'm not going to demonstrate this because I'm only going to take 2 minutes for each of these distinctions, and then we're going to spend about 15 minutes for me to do some healing work with you and to activate your abilities through singing and speaking in light codes. So I'm not going to demonstrate this movement modality. I'm going to invite you to look on my Facebook profile sometime later. I just posted it right before this fair, this holistic fair today. It's on the top of my feed. You will see 5 video clips of me doing this practice, and there is accompanying text to talk about what it is I'm doing. And the magic of this practice is that you don't need to be trained. You can just get on a mat and start doing some yoga stretches and start letting spirit move into your body, and spirit will work with you and play with you, and you will channel spirit even if you're not used to it. It's kind of a build it and they will come. If you get into it, it will happen to you. So there's no specific training for this. It is excellent if you have studied one or more yoga modalities. And if you have not, I do recommend that you go to some yoga classes, but then see what comes out of you. Let it be unleashed from within, and let the movement just come. I am 61 years old next month, and I have been an athlete for much of my life. And I started doing yoga on and off starting in my 30s. But this distinction, this kind of cross between yoga, dance, and all the rest, just started for me 4 years ago when I was 57. And it is changing my life. So I recommend that you take it on. If you don't if you're not on Facebook, then you can email me through my website and I will send you the video clips and the text. So that's number one, is move. Number two is cleanse. Most people have not cleansed their bodies. And this is an ancient spiritual practice across all cultures and most religions, cleansing the body. You can eat a healthy diet, but if you don't clean out your body from all of what we were raised with, from whenever you make the change, you got to clean out your body. And even if you live a very clean life and a clean diet, then you still, because of our atmosphere and because there are toxins in most all, even the healthy food, it's good to clean out your body regularly. I began doing cleansing when I was 39, so more than 20 years now, of all different types of fasting and juice cleansing and herbal cleanses. And so I'm going to name 3 things for you to consider. One would be a 28-day full system herbal cleanse, either Arise and Shine or Adjuva. There are several different brands. So that's one, 28 days to really clean out all your organs, your blood, everything. Number 2, juice fasting, like 3 days a month. 5 days every couple of months. If you haven't done some juice fasting of at least a few days, get into it. And there's tons of information on YouTube, online, on Facebook. I have a group on Facebook called the Monthly 3-Day Cleanse Community. So find me and I'll add you to my fasting and cleansing group. And then number 3 is a gallbladder, liver and gallbladder cleanse. If you have not done a liver and gallbladder flush, but have done all other kinds of fasting and cleansing, it is still imperative to cleanse our liver and gallbladder through a very specific kind of cleanse using olive oil and lemon juice and apple cider vinegar. There's a preparation to it. One must do this properly or one will experience great pain. So liver and gallbladder cleanse, juice fasting, 28-day full system cleanse. That's your second distinction. Number 3 is fuel. Most of us eat food. Most of us love cuisine. I would encourage you to consider what goes in your body as fuel, because it is. And our fuel ought to be plant-based. If you're not going to be completely vegan, then you still would want most of your diet to be plant-based with a small amount of animal products. I was 100% raw vegan from the age of 39 to 44 or 45. And in the 16 years since then, I have been a mostly raw vegan who eats cooked food and has eaten fish and eggs for the last 15 years. I went back to being completely vegan a couple of months ago, and I'm so happy. So it's your process, but here's the distinction to go by. You want to be more green than grain, more live than cooked, more alkaline than acid. Okay, take that on for your fuel. The fourth distinction is nature. Nature. Most of us, because again of the things that I spoke of with the first distinction, faces in screens, we're working all the time, we live in cities, we're not getting out into nature enough, most of us. And so for those of us who are not, I encourage you that even if you're in a city, get out into nature, whether it's the smallest parks in our cities, or really taking a couple of days and getting all the way out into the country. We need to connect with the sacred lands and just all land in general, whether that's the mountain, the desert, the jungle, get in the water, and to be cleansed and activated. These are all practices that activate our higher abilities and make us healthier, happier human beings. So for nature specifically, I encourage you to hug trees. That's your message today. I was 50 years old before I hugged a tree, and I mean really hugged a tree. And I would have considered myself a nature lover. Loved to go hiking, loved to look at trees. But it was a 19-year-old who was working with me, a brilliant young man, who said, Alan, you got to hug the trees. And for the last 10 years, I've been a tree hugger. And if you get out there and if you wrap your arms around the tree, now look to see that there aren't bugs crawling, and you want there not to be sharp, sticky stuff. So check your tree out before you throw yourself around it. But find some very huggable trees, whether they're skinny ones or really fat ones. Wrap yourself around a tree and feel the tree wash you clean. Well, feel the energy just melt into the earth, and we're healing the trees too. The trees want us to hug them because we help them be cleansed and balanced and purified as well. So That's the fourth distinction. And then the fifth distinction is plant medicine. Plant medicine is distinct from pharmaceuticals and Western synthetic chemical medications. Plant medicine, meaning marijuana, psilocybin, mushrooms, San Pedro, iboga, DM. One I really want to encourage for most people is ayahuasca. And now a lot of people have heard about ayahuasca. It's becoming very popular in our spiritual and tribal cultures and as a healing tool and as a tool of enlightenment. If you have not heard about ayahuasca, the word is spelled Ayahuasca, ayahuasca. And it is trippy, psychotropic plant medicine that comes from the Amazon and from other tropical regions that is almost most of the time and most properly served in a ceremony by a credible shaman. And it is a part of a ritual and the spirits are brought in, and it's a very safe, protective place, because working with plant medicine is it's an intense experience, and there's a lot of purging, and it is a multidimensional experience. And people have often said, well, can't you get this kind of experience through meditation or long, deep fasting or Sufi spinning or orgasms or any of the number of other practices to achieve enlightenment or an enlightened state? And what I say is I've done all of those, and plant medicine is simply distinct and very powerful. And the plants, these powerful plants, exist for a reason. They are here for us to work with them. So plant medicine is the fifth distinction that I'm sharing with you today before we move into our light code activation. So all of the distinctions that I talk about when I speak in front of audiences are on a page on my website called Powerful Practices. And my website is alanpratt.net, ALANPRATT.net. So these 5 practices are what Spirit told me to share on this full moon weekend for this virtual fair. So again, those practices: move, cleanse, fuel, nature, plant medicine, keeping in mind the specific distinctions that I've shared with each of those topics for you today. Now, let's all breathe and relax. And for the next 15 minutes, I am going to let Spirit move through my body and voice, and I'm going to channel the light codes to activate your higher abilities as artists, business people, healers, psychics, family members, lovers. Breathing, simply breathing. The great mystery, we need not know how it works. We believe, we have faith, we love, we are open to receive. Gramsci. Breathing moves energy. Ooh, out to the trees, to the sky, and the breeze. Feeling is healing. We're willing to feel old pain rise from deep within, rise from within the bone, rise from our organs, rise from our blood and muscle, rise from our groin, heart, and mind. Feeling is healing, and so we Shandara, Kelve, Parshetima, Kunji Iki, Krakababa shurupui ananamamampi lala ng kuru kwanga kopusya na ulvi ulvi let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, breathe it Archangel Michael, cut the cords. Archangels Ariel, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel, Sandalphon, Expedia, Metatron, Jophael, Lady Portia, Lady Nada, Lady Lyria, Maria, Madre, Maria Magdalena, Samuel, Saint Germain, Lord El Morio. Breathing and feeling, releasing and receiving, activating our higher abilities, letting go of blocks to our highest self-expression, balancing our chakras and meridians, releasing old trauma, attached energies and entities, lower vibrational entities. Rise on your carpet, your magic carpet, and ride out to the trees, out to nature, the violet flame, the violet flame, the violet flame of transmutation. All will be reborn as we release. We liberate these energies and entities to nature through the violet flame, to be reborn, to have life anew. Love, love, love. With love we release, with love we receive. Okay, Spirit's going to bring in a kind of language to really dig deep and pull something out. So as you exhale, stick out your tongue, please, and go, ah. And let's see if that triggers a release for you. Grisha mambre quindere quan Sheri. Quan yin is here. Graglurgi, granglurga, grechmarglenda, grengpurging, gringdurgmaga, grengsling grengmia, Mary. Energy moving in and out of our chakras. Energy moving as we breathe. Spirits of the animals, spirits of the plants, spirits of the Christian ancestors. Ancestors, we bow to you. Continue inhaling, and as you exhale, stick your tongue further out, make some sound, and really breathe loud. I've done this with thousands of people, with large groups of people. It'll trigger a release. So I'm going to start coughing in a moment. I can feel it. That's to help you release. When the participants aren't fully releasing, the facilitators will assist them by channeling and doing it for them. We merge bodies when we heal. So I can feel you, and I feel this is about stuff's coming up for you. So stuff's coming up out of me right now. Don't resist the coughing. If you're yawning, belching, hiccuping, if you spit up a little bit, that's all good. It's ways that we release. I feel like more is going to come up out of me, so I'm just hanging on for a moment. Otherwise, more light languages are going to come in for the next couple of minutes as we close. I'm going to go for about 2 more minutes, maybe 3. Breathing with me, breathing deeper. If you haven't not had a release yet, Spirit sometimes pulls it out in the last couple of minutes. We want to release so that we are activated. Even if you're not consciously, if you're not actively releasing, you're still receiving the activation. Breathing a bit deeper. shulio, heya, inhaling deep into the belly, let out a few big sighs. Okay, here comes. You might. I'm gonna release for you. Are you here? Are you got me? Everybody still hear me? I think I went mute there for a few seconds. Oh, I'm coughing up stuff for all of the participants. That's why I'm coughing into a paper towel and wiping my eyes. Tears are coming out. I think I'm going to cough again a little bit. We're going to close out the healing. So just breathe, 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 because I've only got about 5 more minutes, and we're going to do a drawing, the raffle drawing. So if you would like to put a number in the chat box so that I can see what numbers you're picking for your raffle anytime in the next couple of minutes. Everybody just relaxing. I feel there's a little bit of light code going to come out of me just to close this out. I see people putting numbers
Alan,
in.
don't you just brought them from almost throwing up to doing a door prize. We need to
I know. So, and Sheri's with me. So that's why I said, everybody just relax. I mean, I saw the timing and I thought, oh, I better close this up. You know,
we need a little
there's the
smoother
stage
transition.
manager.
We need
It's
a
the
smoother
stage manager in me.
transition.
So,
Stage manager says you can't go from puking to door prizes. You need a little.
so
Okay.
folks, just take a minute and breathe. Sheri's
Yes.
right. I'm so used to doing this that for me, like being in ayahuasca ceremonies, I can turn and have a full-on puke in a bucket and then just come right back up and start singing with the musicians. So
You're
everybody
live on
breathe.
Facebook. You can't do this to them. You got to walk them through this slowly, okay?
Everybody, thank you, Sheri. All right, so folks, relaxing the physical body. Our guides are still with us. Plant, animal, ancestor, ascended master, crystal, and mountain nation. Sentient beings from Middle Earth and from many star nations. Breathing. Simply breathing. Relaxing the shoulders and the eyebrows and the hips. We are grateful. That's the theme today and this weekend. We are grateful, and we are grateful for the activation during this 25 minutes and all day, for activation, for healing, for balancing, for love and compassion from the world of spirit. So now, as we're relaxing and gently coming back.
Alan, we are grateful to you for this work that you've done for us. And you're going to do your drawing momentarily. I'd just like to let our visitors know that Alan will be in room number 10 for his own work, and 7 p.m. in the fun room for the fun room experience. Alan, pick a number between 1 and 100. And folks who are listening, write your number in the chat room right now to win his door prize.
So don't say it yet. Don't say it yet, because we want everyone to have one last chance to write it in the chat.
Yeah.
If anybody is on Facebook or watching us anywhere else but here, you must be in this party. This is where the party's happening. You know, you can watch us all you want, but this is where it's happening. This is where the door prizes are. We have 26 door prizes. This is where you have one-on-one experiences. This is where you have real-time live experiences. So come on down. We have another 4.5 hours left of this, everybody. So Alan, before you make
Yes,
your number, put in the
I
chat.
sure do. And the reason I was grinning already is because somebody got it early on. Ram, congratulations. Now it's backwards on the screen, but everybody can tell, or is it?
Ram got it. 4-4. No,
40?
we got it.
You got it. So Ram, talk to me later and we'll set up a half-hour reading for you.
Ram,
Yay.
Much
you
love
can,
to everybody. I will be in room number 10. Thank you so much for working with me today. I am also activated and blessed.
thank you, sir.
Much
Thank you
love.
very much. And Ram, you can move with him to room number 10 to make arrangements for your door prize that you've won. And Alan, namaste. Thank you so much. That was absolutely
As well
wonderful.
as everybody else, please join Alan